Welcome to my home, stranger. The door is always open to those with the will to pass the threshold. If you're here by appointment, then proceed and bide your time. Otherwise, I'd be remiss if I didn't inform you about the defensive mechanisms employed here, which are quite formidable. Many have entered without invitation, for reasons as myriad as the fish in the ocean. But of those who've dared to explore further, very few have found their way back out.
I caught one of these in a net once, but it was a lot smaller. The space behind the walls.
Do you think this thing can see what we're doing?
No. When they're like this, they're blind. They can still hear, though. They'll wake up at any loud noise, or if a fight breaks out.
Still kind of creepy. I have to work hard to ignore them.
I find it kind of exciting. Like being watched, but not really. Hard for her commission. She has more courage than most. Even without eyes to look upon the world, I see so much. Once, nearly all things were hidden. Listen to her opinion, now that he's an officer.
Always worth it, pulling a few strings.
What? Where did those rats come from?
It's funny to think about it. She could be reading a letter right now. Maybe about me. Right now. I told him he was too skinny. Told him he wouldn't last a day. Poor kid. Why do I always have to be right? Shirt reeks. Gotta get a spare uniform.
What? Where's my pistol?
Never earned those medals. I'm twice the soldier he is. Someone should say something.
More bad things have happened here.
You think
in
at
the
these
last 5
prices,
years
the man wouldn't keep us waiting?
There's only one Kirin Jindosh. He can charge whatever he likes. Besides, you're rich enough to afford a couple of the Clockworks. I happen to know you've doubled your fortune since the Duke took over the silver mines.
Lower wages means higher profits, but it's my time that's precious. I'm not used to waiting.
Neither am I. When was the last time someone had me waiting for more than an hour? I can't remember. It's almost titillating.
How many clockworks did you say there were? It's a numbered set, if I recall.
It is indeed, but 36, 46? Very exclusive, whatever the count. Everyone at the Garden Club will be green with envy.
When he arrived for his assignment, they treated the prisoners terribly. He put a stop to it. He's thinking of a morning, not so long ago. They walked and held hands as the sun turned the sky red and blue. They are her playthings, and when one inevitably dies, she but sends word, and a replacement arrives within a week.
I feel sorry for the poor sod who took my place on that bloodfly crew. Always worth it pulling a few strings.
He had a new will drawn up, and he forged his mother's signature perfectly.
Whatever you've done, stop
We're
it.
waiting for Kirin Jindosh. Leave
Do you know
us
how
be.
long we've waited for this appointment?
Who are you and what have you
Some
done?
people just have no manners.
I was pretty sure I took it with me.
The way the floor shifted earlier, it made me queasy.
Hungry people just work harder. It's indisputable.
I would have left by now, stormed out. But I must have a pair of those clockwork soldiers. They got a letter from the Queen of Morley. However did they manage that? I wonder. Thought I had a few coins on me. Should we nominate your nephew as sanitation committee chair?
Marvelous. I'm game if you are. Perish the thought.
How hard can it be to clean a few things? Honestly, why do I pay for a house full of servants when they don't do anything? I'm thinking of having a picnic soon, on the back lawn.
That'll be just the thing.
Maybe I should hire my own bodyguard.
That's a
I don't
jolly
feel
good
safe
idea.
anymore. Hello.
Mechanical soldiers, moving walls. Most people are happy just doing a job. One of these days, I'm leaving the city. Back to the countryside for me.
close my locker before coming out? Last time I left it open, someone left a hagfish in my jacket pocket.
Taken right from under their noses.
An entire shipment of whale oil tanks just gone. Taken right from under their noses. Idiots. How many more hours of this? If I had a timepiece, I'd know. I'm gonna guess, what, 3? Yeah, about 3 more hours.
Is it a curse or a blessing to linger past your time in the world?
Marvelous. I'm game if you are.
The uniform has opened many doors for him. Some wish they never let him in. Somehow she can always get them to follow her into the room, even when her uniform is already torn and bloody.
The land agent to reinspect the riverside drains. We should talk to the magistrate, see if she can help.
What kind of sadistic joke is this? With this machine, maybe you won't have to die after all, Jindosh. It's a long way down.
place, the machine is recharging the magnetic coil. Display back after the test.
This must be Jindosh's lab.
Jindosh, grand inventor for Serkonos. He dreams of an army of mechanical soldiers. His invention, the silvercraft, it combines mercury and light on a plate, and an image appears. Some are delighted, some terrified. He has a great mind for innovation, invention, progress. Perhaps even greater than Sokolov. So young when he attended the academy, so quiet then. They hardly noticed him, but he took it all in, understood. Perhaps even better than they did. He works with Luca Abel. They share overlapping interests, but only use one another. His thinking, the test subjects are all broken beyond repair. And it's time to obtain a fresh batch. At the academy, the other students and most of the teachers, they couldn't comprehend half of what he was telling them, even at 16. Such questions he asked as a child, just free from the crib. Others grew to fear him, just as he grew to love them. He waits for the breathing and the blood to stop, then the brain, and the light from their eyes. He loves that moment, when the eyes change, finds it fascinating. He longs for an adversary worthy of his intellect. It is not vanity. There are few who could match him. His mother asked, "Why did you do that to the cat?" Young Kieran only wanted to know what was inside, how it worked. Her distress puzzled him. The new Duke will let him have all the test subjects he wants. An endless supply. Always conflict, power, greed, lust. For me, what I wouldn't give just to hold your hand in mine one more time. Almost arrested before the Duke found him. Carted off to some dank hole behind iron bars for revolting crimes against his fellows. His experiments. Instead, the Duke gave him a title. It is important to him. He wants others to notice the complexity of his work, the genius of his innovations. These are his thoughts. So many years. He's imagined having his own teacher in a cage, like an insect under glass, begging to be released, admitting that his was the superior intelligence. I revealed his secrets. Ask me no more. He wanted me to point the way, help you onto a path. Now, let us be lost here together for a moment.
If this plays, the machine is recharging the magnetic coil.
Karen Jindosh.
Oh, you'll help me, Anton Sokolov, given time. I could do it all on my own, of course, but with Sokolov's help, it'll take 1/3 of the time. Perhaps half, given his age. The machine has completed another full instruction set. Okay, the machine has detected something. The clockwork design is flawless. Only the expense remains an impediment. Once we've got the cost down, I'll provide the Duke with an army unlike any in the history of the Empire. Extra diagnostic playback loop. When was the last time I ate? I seem to have forgotten again. A day ago? Speed.
Rats, I guess.
still idling, take this opportunity to back-charge second coil. Machine switching to alternative override. Unauthorized presence. Entering combat state. This blaze of summon protocols the machine. Increase playback for execution of foe. Playback for detection registered. The machine has completed another full instruction set. Extra diagnostic playback loop. Make a note.
This must be the electroshock machine Jindosh mentioned.
Anton Sokolov, once the royal physician and head of the Academy of Natural Philosophy. In your prime, the most sought-after painter in all the Empire. My hero in younger days. Now, my puppet.
If you're going to use this inelegant-looking device against me, get on with it, Jindosh. Though I'm not sure what you hope to accomplish. I must admit to feeling a bit of professional curiosity as to the function of the apparatus.
Patience, friend, patience. The sequence of events is important. You'll come to understand my electroshock machine, but when? Before or after that light leaves your eyes? And where does it go when it disappears? Who will tell me that?
Has anyone ever loved the sound of his own voice as much as you do, Kieran? Perhaps the device could tell us that.
No, sadly, it cannot. But what it can do is take from you the thing you love the most. Your precious intellect. If you won't agree to collaborate on the next Clockwork prototype, I'll use the device on that brain of yours, Sokolov.
I refuse. If I'm to be a drooling idiot, at least I won't be bothered by any more of your rambling theories.
The other lab machines are draining away too much electricity. electroshock machine should work now.
You don't know what you're doing! Anything! I'll give you anything you want! Stop! Don't do this! So much will be lost! An age of advancement!
People like you can't be allowed to run amok.
And if I combine the acid against a copper plate, what does it do? I knew that a moment ago. Does anyone know the answer? I had an idea, but it's gone now. I'm very much afraid of what's happened. You can't have put me through that machine, but wait, what does it do? Please, kill me. Please make me die. Something something big is gone and I can't name it. Hello? I believe I've lost something very precious. Please help me find it. The other students will laugh at me now. Maybe there'll be apple pudding at dinner. I would like that.
His memories flee from him as he seeks them. All is shifting, intermingling. Great theorems drift just beneath the surface, just beyond his reach. But he cannot hold a thought for more than a few seconds. When he remembers, he is filled with rage and despair. The great cathedral of his mind, abandoned and ruined. For just a second, he had a new line of thinking, the solution to a great engineering problem. Now, lost. In a way, he is more content now than he has ever been. He thinks of his dinner later, and hopes for cabbage with pork. I've already told you his secrets.